Hello, friends. This is Shaurabh here, the modern cubist, and this is our art talk. And today I'm going to touch on something that's going to be a bit uncomfortable to listen to, especially for my artist friends. But this is all with good intentions, and one of my purpose in life is to bridge the gap between art and technology. Let me give you a little bit about myself so that I can put some context and set the stage. I've been in technology for almost 25 years. I'm an electronics engineer. I did my postgrad in software engineering and a design master's in design from MIT Sloan School of Management. So I'm pretty well educated when it comes to technology. And I've been working on various assignments, projects with large multinationals, some of the largest investment banks, some of the largest insurance companies, hotel industry, uh, and so on and so forth, right? And I have been lucky and blessed at the same time to have, you know, climbed the ladder to head department, head an organization at an enterprise level. But today's talk is not really about that. Although it's one of my passion is technology, and I continue to be a technologist and a people's leader and a team leader. Uh, so that's one path for me. And I came to the art world almost 10 years back, and that kind of happened like a serendipity, right? It was all of an accident, but on the divine plane, nothing is an accident. Probably it was written, but I'm not formally trained in art. I don't have a degree in art as much as many of my artist friends are highly educated in the field of art. But the disparity that I see is that in the technology world, somebody who is started off, fresh out of college, university, has some idea of data science, AI, ML, the buzzwords nowadays, they're making, north of $100,000 a year, right? And it's not necessary that they are highly intelligent, neither is it necessary that they are very creative. They just happen to be in the computer science field, and they could be very average. And in fact, I could guarantee you, based on my experience of working with fresh out of college interns as well as many even experienced people, not everybody is way too bright. And I say it blunt, right? But they're all making north of 100,000, couple of years down the line, you're making close to 120, 125, 150. Once you are at the manager level and up, you're at the executive level, you're touching $200,000 a year. Now, there is really not much struggle going on there other than, you know, the stage has been set and you're just, chiming away. On the other side, you have an artist who graduates from, let's say, Rhode Island School of Design or Parsons or, one of the top art schools, and then they're looking out for gigs, how to make money, right? Trying to make a living. It's really, really hard, right? Um, let alone $100,000 a year. I mean, if you are in the art world, making like $50,000 or even twenty to $30,000 is a big deal. It's as good as somebody flipping burgers, and I don't mean it in a bad sense. There's nothing wrong in flipping burgers. Somebody wants to make a living doing that. That's great. But why is there so much of a disparity, right? Why is it that somebody who is very good in the creative space, especially as an artist and as a painter or a singer or a dramatist or a sculptor is really, really struggling financially. They may be extremely bright, way more than some of the technologists. They are definitely creative. I mean, that goes without saying. They are very good when it comes to people because the artists really have a pure soul. Some of them are really, really spiritual and have seen life, divinity, nature very closely. There are aspects with an artist that many of the left brain people don't have. Again, it's not saying left brain or right brain. I mean, the brain has both the compartments, but I'm just puzzled. Like, why is there so much disparity? One of the things that tell me is that it's demand and supply. It's a market-driven economy. The large corporates who drive the economy of the world, the top banks, the top institutions. Some of them are so rich that they're more than the GDP, more than the revenue of countries. Now, they hire people based on solving problems, real life problems that have some utility in nature, right? Hard problems, especially to win customers so that they can sell their products and propagate in the market. And that is where technology plays a very efficient role. A lot of it is also that some of the top leaders in these organizations don't understand technology so much, but they do understand that it brings a value in their return on investment. And with a lot of outsourcing and cloud technology, the expenses have come down, the operational costs have come down. That is why technology is given so much importance. So it's definitely market driven. So if you're somebody in the technology space, good or bad doesn't matter, just about get in, you can make easy money. Whereas if you look at a painting, and that's been my head scratcher for a very long time, what is the utility of a painting? What is the value, a tangible value of art? How does it solve a real world problem? It may not to a corporate because it's not something that brings an ROI that can bring dollars and cash and revenue and assets and so forth. But what art basically does in terms of solving a problem is more from an emotional standpoint. And what that is really, if you really, really look at the value of art from either creating the art or possession of an artwork, is it balances out an emotional dark space in somebody's life. When you look at that painting, it evokes a certain feeling. It creates a certain resonance, which is a feeling, an emotion, a deep emotion. And that feeling, for a while, subdues the innate suffering of the human being. As Buddha said, life is suffering. Everybody has to go through suffering in this life. I don't think there'll ever be anybody, either before or in future or at present, that has not, who have not faced suffering, right? So art is at a subconscious level. It is like a medicine pill that reduces your suffering at an emotional plane, maybe even at a spiritual plane, but it does. If you go to a museum, and if you like to go to a museum, many of you are not, but if you look at a painting and you just keep staring at it, you kind of forget your worries for a bit. That is the innate value of art. It may not hold much value to the corporates, right? So, point number one, now what do we do about it is the more important thing. I've given a whole lot of lecture and philosophy, but how do we really help our artists? Number one would be, can can the creative or the artist bring about an art form that can have a constructive, a physical, a sort of a tangible manifestation to reduce somebody's suffering? You know, we all buy stuff, expensive cars, house, vacations, gadgets, parties, alcohol, smoking, etc., etc. Those are all band-aids for suffering, right? Can art play a role as a band-aid for suffering? If it is so, you might have hit the jackpot. Second is for artists who are in the mainline profession. Can you think of a parallel source of income? Why not learn a little bit about technology? Not all technology is about coding. You can certainly learn about design, right? Or visual design as used for analytics. Nowadays, data analytics, data visualization, data storytelling is a hot topic in the market. As an artist who already understands the color theory, who understands compositions, who understands placements, and many more aspects of the visual design, it's an easy entry for an artist to explore this technological market, right? So that definitely allows you an extra source of income. The second is learn about finance and investments. I think it's a huge miss for our schooling system, our education system, that we are not taught about financial education early on. We are not taught about investments. We are not taught about cash flow or different kinds of investment strategies. That's a huge deal, right? So if you can learn about, let's say, swing trading or investments, long-term investments, money management, debt management, a lot of these are available free. You can even watch it on YouTube. Those could be very useful in increasing our savings as well as making investments that can provide good returns. Let's say you put your money in a stock that's got a 10% dividend plus you make 10% of that money you invested every year. Or if you understand swing trading, you know what money leverage is. These are things I believe that everybody should learn, uh, but more so, I would say that artists should have those avenues open for them. Real estate is another thing. I know it's a larger investment, but there are REITs that are available now where you can, you know, do REITs that are online investments for real estates that are into both commercial and individual properties, or you could look at crowdsourcing, right? Crowdfunding for real estate investments. So there are many avenues. So the bottom line here is that for my artist friends, we got to look at parallel sources of income, get into technology, get into design, learn investment strategies, learn finance, learn some people skills like project management, right? Where you could provide some inputs. The other big thing is UI UX, which is it's actually a part of design, design of interfaces, right? That's again a very hot topic nowadays, especially with digital marketing and digital strategies that are very hot in the market. And I say that for myself too. Like, I don't like to be single dimension. I'm a technologist, I'm a painter, I do visual design, I do investments, I do swing trading, uh, and network with people who are good at it. So I would say this for everybody, that the world's changed. Gone are the days when you got a job and stuck to it till you retired, and after retirement you're pretty much broke and you don't have any idea what you need to do in life. I think that model has to change. That's a very old model. and it's not taught in schools, unfortunately. But you know, you need to really open up your eyes and look at diversifications in terms of diversification of knowledge, diversification of finances, diversify your network, your social networks. So yeah, that's something very important. So with that said, I take your leave. And if you have any questions or you want to talk to me, chat with me, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy. And hopefully, I can learn something from you as well. Take care. Bye.